The Trump administration has declared the most severe new sanctions against Cuba since President John F. Kennedy imposed an economic embargo on the island back in 1962. By enabling Title III of the Helms-Burton Act, the White House is allowing Americans, Cuban Americans, and US firms who had property nationalized by the Cuban government to take legal action against those benefiting from that property today. This hotel, built in the 1950s by organized crime boss Meyer Lansky, was nationalized by Fidel Castro. Today it's run by the Spanish chain Iberostar. But Lansky's family in the US say it's rightfully theirs, and they filed a claim for compensation. It's hard to find high-value land in Cuba that doesn't have a potential claim on it. Cruise ships that dock in Havana, airlines whose planes touch down in the capital, and hotel chains across the island could all be sued in US courts. There are already thousands of claims for expropriated property, which the US Department of Justice values at $9 billion. And more are expected.
You can try to mitigate or get around it.
Gregory Biniowski, a Canadian lawyer representing foreign firms in Cuba, says the sanctions violate international law.
Title III is egregiously extraterritorial because it's basically applying US law in US courts to foreign nationals with regards to something that didn't even happen in the United States. It's an affront to the sovereignty of most of the US trading partners because it's trying to use US economic power and the US court system to bully countries around the world for the US to achieve foreign policy objectives in Cuba.
This building was once the Surf Hotel. It's been Graciela Valdez's home for the last half-century. The hotel was nationalized in the 1960s and the owner left for the United States. So there could potentially be a claim against her home.
Porque es un atropello. ¿Por qué me la van a quitar si a mi gobierno, por el que estoy viviendo, por el que estoy luchando, porque me lo ha dado todo, desde los 17 años hasta la fecha? Porque alguien que nunca dio nada viene a quitarme lo que dice hay que hacer. Yo soy cubana y me muero siendo cubana.
But she's confident that in her case at least, the new sanctions won't be enforceable.
Nosotros confiamos en la revolución y en el gobierno. Tranquilo, tranquilo que no pasa nada.
Ed Augustin, TRT World, Havana.